Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories is complex and somewhat confusing. I have been racking my brain trying to explain every single thing that happens in this book, and I gotta tell ya, it's a lot. This story is incredibly dense, so if you want an unabridged, complete understanding of the plot, you should check out my new show, the I Hate Reading podcast. I decided that the only way I could read all 1,216 pages of these 13 books, I would need to find a better way to take notes. So, I decided to record the entire thing. And thus, a podcast was born. So check it out. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and even here on YouTube, on the Aloni Podcast channel. If any of that was confusing or is too much work, my linktree is in the description of this video. Check it out. It should be up and running. My 3 pilot episodes are hopefully already out, and expect the other 11 chapters of Sora's story to come out over the next few weeks. Anyway, let's talk about the minds of Kingdom Hearts. To understand Chain of Memories and the story it's telling, you have to split it in half into 2 pieces, Sora's story and Riku's story. This video is about Sora's story. I'd love to explain both, but after spending the last 3 days reading the first half and almost completely destroying my voice, I'm gonna pace myself. So today, Chain of Memories, Sora's story. What is it? What do people think of it? What actually happens? We're gonna go through a recap and all the new players in the story, the first 5 chapters, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, and 11. What did I learn? And do it be gay? And we're gonna search for if there's any evidence for or against So Riku. Did I waste 20 years of my life or not? Let's find out. What is it? Chain of Memories is a story about memories, obviously. But specifically, it's about how memories affect our relationships and how memories may fade, but feelings are forever. It's very mushy and very romantic, but not in the traditional sense. It's never clear who Sora's thinking about throughout the story. His focus shifts constantly. The title, Chain of Memories, is explained a few times in the story, but most importantly at the end of Sora's story. It is explained that all memories are linked together. Each memory is never truly forgotten. They are instead unlinked from the chain of memories. As Sora explores Castle Oblivion, his memories are unlinked, and eventually, the only way to fix them is to forget the entire story. So, how do people remember this game? Most people, when they play through this one, in Let's Plays or in their personal life, they don't tend to like it. In fact, they tend to hate it. It's very different in both gameplay and concept. Most people get confused, and there are a few memes from this game. Not as many as its successors, but still a lot for the time it came out. People tend to forget most of this game, and many people don't even know this is 2 games. One with Sora and one with Riku. The Riku one is way better, but to understand that one, we have to understand this one first. So, what actually happens in Sora's story? Well, at first, the script for this video was just a list of everything that happened in order. And it was practically impossible to understand, or even read. Just the ramblings of a delusional man who procrastinated for a month and had to read this whole thing in 3 days. I didn't do a great book report, and next time I should do better. But this story can be broken into 3 pieces. The first 5 chapters are about Sora's ascent through the castle. Chapters 6, 7, and 8 are Sora gripping with what is happening to him. And chapters 9, 10, and 11 are Sora uncovering the mysteries behind this place. The recap and new players. When we last met our heroes, Sora was holding back his emotional distress with forced positivity, Donald was continuing to be an asshole for no reason, and Goofy was the greatest dad in history. The 3 of them, the Trinity Trio, were searching for the confused, mega emo Riku, and the corporate mascot king of Disney, Mickey Mouse. Because even in anime, we live in a corporatocracy. The 3 of them explore a mysterious castle called Castle Oblivion. In order to make this as seamless as possible, this is what's happening behind the scenes. There is an organization with 13-ish members. This organization has a civil war going on inside of it. There are multiple splinter groups with their own wants and their own needs. And we'll learn more about this colorful group later. But let's focus on the ones in Sora's story. Marluxia the pink-haired, flower-petal, Grim Reaper guy with a big, deep voice, and a lot of deep-seated existentialism, is in charge. Below him is Larxene, the sexy, mean girl who can definitely step on anyone she wants, with some knives, thunder, and enough sass to blow up the sun. The two of them want to do evil shit. They want Sora to become their own personal puppet, so they can kill everyone else and take over the organization. They are starting a coup. Meanwhile, working on his own, doing experiments and making robot clones in the castle, is Vexen, the Gen Z center-parted, nerdy incel with a spiky shield and a lot of arrogance. He wants to build robot bodies, so him and all his friends can be real boys. The last of our traitorous crew is Axel, the sexy, red-headed, fire-wielding assassin who everybody loves to swoon with his Hot Topic eye makeup and general personality. He's a sneaky boy, and he's up to something. I'll explain more in depth about him in other videos, because he's a pretty major character in the entire series, and a lot of people overlook him. The first 5. For the first few chapters of this book, Sora learns how the castle works. And I don't need to explain it, because it's all bullshit. Most of what they say is a bunch of lies. In this castle, to find is to lose, and to lose is to find. It's a cool line, but it's complete bullshit. It's all bullshit. And to be honest, it'll just overcomplicate things to explain in detail. So as Sora explores the castle, he must go through magic doors. The bad guys give him playing cards, and these playing cards work as keys. They create illusions in each room. He can go into the illusions, and they are made out of his memories. Basically Inception, but more confusing, and not at all like Inception. He returns to a bunch of worlds from the previous games: Traverse Town, Wonderland, Agrabah, Monstro, and Neverland. In each one, he learns lessons that follow the themes of the story. Traverse Town explains how shit works. Wonderland shows that things are different this time. Agrabah is about keeping your promises. And Monstro is about Pinocchio learning how to tell the truth, and Goofy being a better dad to him than Geppetto. Each time our heroes finish a world, they enter a white marble hallway. In this hallway, we learn more about the plots behind the scenes, the people involved, and what the hell is happening. We follow Sora, Donald, and Goofy as they slowly lose their memories. It's tragic and a little disorienting, but I think it's a pretty fun concept. When they reach Neverland, the story turns. Peter Pan is worried that Wendy will forget him because she'll grow up, and with Sora's help, he realizes that even if she forgets him, all he has to do is remind her. The feelings are still there. No matter what, you will always love the people important to you, even if you forget them. It's a beautiful idea, and I'm sure it's helped a lot of people deal with memory loss or with loss in general. After people are gone, you start to forget things about them, and they fade. It can be hard to deal with. Forgetting someone's voice is real when you're isolated, but feelings never go away. They're always there, no matter what. Chapters 6, 7, and 8. Hollow Bastion, 100 Acre Wood, and Twilight Town are all about Sora slowly losing touch with reality. He meets Riku, but he's different. He doesn't remember the good times, and he even tells Sora he never cared about him at all. Throughout the next 3 worlds, Sora is heartbroken and confused. He keeps remembering this girl named Naminé that he never met before, and he's slowly forgetting about the girl Disney wants him to love, Kairi. As Sora explores the castle, climbing higher and higher, he forgets everything and everyone. By the time he goes to the memory of his home, he can't remember anyone except for 4 people. Donald and Goofy, because he keeps talking to them, and they're his bros. Goofy is basically Sora's surrogate dad, and Donald is like an annoying uncle or an angry older brother. Goofy constantly tries to keep them from fighting, and he tries to help everyone keep remembering why they're there. They're there to find and save Riku and Mickey. But slowly, Sora only ends up caring about 2 people, Riku and Naminé. Chapters 9, 10, and 11. At the end of the story, things begin to be revealed. And if you don't want spoilers, because I know, even if you're a Kingdom Hearts master, you won't remember these details. You could always listen along to my new podcast, but that's not important right now. Things are revealed. Vexen, the scientist incel nerd, is sent to kill Sora. Shit's not going well, and Marluxia wants to see how strong Sora really is. So he sends Vexen to kill Sora, and Axel to kill Vexen. when he fails. Vexen decides to tell Sora the truth, bragging and being an asshole as usual. He reveals Riku, the Riku who doesn't remember Sora, the one that's been in this entire game. Brace yourselves, because this is some Blade Runner ass shit. Riku is a robot. He's a fucking replica robot clone. I shit you not. That's why this is so hard to understand. Wait till next time when Riku and his clone talk to each other. I'm me, he says. Fuck. Anyway, Vexen gets killed in a very dark, atheistic death, where Axel explains that he no longer exists. Nobodies don't get an afterlife, except for later when Evan comes back, but that's not really important right now. Sora is still confused, and so is everyone else. He fights a bunch of bosses, Larxene, Axel, and finally Marluxia. During each fight and the world afterward, he deals with the information that he learns. In the end, he doesn't give a fuck about the truth. He decides that even though everything he believes is a lie, even though all his promises are fake, and he can remember nothing and no one, he's still gonna help this girl and this copy of Riku. He beats all the bad guys. Axel fakes his death, setting up the next part of the story. Replica Riku dies, then he comes back to life, then he helps them, and then he runs away in a confused, possibly gay panic. And we'll unravel that entire mess next time. But fuck, this is hard to explain. This is a long video. Real long video. Anyway, Sora saves the girl, Naminé, who was messing with his mind. But at the end, he has a choice to make. Remember everything, but forget this game, or keep remembering Naminé and forget everything else. He picks remembering because he literally just met Naminé like a couple hours ago, and she was forced to scramble his brains, and my brains, so yeah, he's gonna remember. He goes to sleep, and the story is done. So, what did I learn from this? First, I learned the lesson of the story. Memories fade, but feelings stay. Love conquers all. I wish Goofy was my dad, but I had a fun time. Most importantly, I figured out how I'm gonna read the next 1,000 pages of this book and not completely destroy my voice. Now we can talk about the good stuff. Why you're here. Do they be gay though? I'm sorry to tell you, but maybe? On one hand, the story heavily implies that Kairi is the most important person to Sora. But it also shows how Sora is denying parts of himself. He's definitely harboring a very deep depression. The 100 Acre Wood story is fucking heartbreaking. And the way Sora talks about Riku is framed very romantic. As of right now, I see 4 possibilities. Possibility A, Sora is into Kairi and Riku is just his bro. Possibility B, society wants Sora to be with Kairi, and he's uncomfortable with his feelings, so he represses them. Possibility C, Sora, Kairi, and Riku are just 3 childhood friends who love each other platonically, and society pushes Sora and Kairi together, despite them never actually saying that they like each other. Or D, all of the above. Sora, Kairi, and Riku are all into each other romantically, but none of them understand it, and maybe Nomura can't make up his mind, or isn't allowed to, or didn't realize that he might be queerbaiting an entire generation for 20 years. I don't know. Further evidence is needed. So far, I can't deny Kairi is important to Sora, and I can't deny that every time they're mentioned together, somebody hints that Sora should make a move, but he doesn't seem interested, or even understand what they're saying. And you can't deny that Riku is obsessed with Sora, but also, his last words to Sora are to take care of Kairi. Does Riku think of Kairi as a little sister? Why is he so protective of her? I'm not sure. There's a lot of pieces in this forever shifting, never-ending puzzle that is so Riku. But I'm gonna try for at least 12 more months of episodes. Then I might play all the games again. And then maybe they'll come out with Kingdom Hearts 4 and break my heart, or they'll queerbait me again. Or maybe Disney will grow some fucking balls and give us what we want. But why do I care about this? Well, it's been 20 years of my life. That's why. I tried to escape this madness, but just when I got out, they pulled me back in. This series came out when I was 7, and I need to know. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. Fuck. Anyway, I'm Aloni the Bard. Thanks for listening. Bye. Oh my god. I really hope I don't have to record that. Oh my god, my voice. I don't know how I even recorded this. It's getting bad. It's gonna be real bad. I gotta stream in a couple days. Oh, why? Why do I do this to myself? Whatever. I had a lot of fun. For the last 3 days, I've been reading the entire book, and I've read 11 chapters of Chain of Memories so far, and I really like it. It's like way better than I remember. And if you really want to join in and check it out, I did record the whole thing. The first few episodes are kind of meh, but as it goes, it gets a hell of a lot better. And I think when I eventually get to Dream Drop in like 7 or 8 books, I think that both the podcast and this show are going to be a lot better. So if you enjoy this, it's a fun thing I do once a month, usually at the end of the month. Sorry I can't do it more often, but it's a lot of work, and I'm surprised I can even do it in a month, to be honest. With all the stuff that I do, I kind of overwork myself a lot. And it's kind of a problem that I'm going to have to deal with on my own. But this has been really fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try to make more of them, and I'm going to try to make them better. The Violet Howler saw my video. That's pretty crazy. They commented, and I responded. That's pretty cool. Very happy about that. I really liked their series, and I think it's much better than mine. So if you want to go check it out, I guess I'll put a card here, maybe? Yeah, that makes sense. Sure. I don't know how this is going to turn out. It's currently 4 a.m. The video has to come out at noon, and I usually go to bed at like 6 or 8 a.m. So I have to edit this whole thing really fast. So we'll see if it's any good. I could postpone it, but I'd rather put it out than not put it out. You know, if you always say that you want it to be perfect, you're never going to finish it, you know? Anyway, I hope you liked this. It's been weird, but I really enjoyed myself. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Check out I Hate Reading. I think it's really fun. I really get into it. I started doing voices, very bad ones. And I love that I make Donald like a serious guy. Because he is. He's a serious boy. Nobody knows under that stupid voice, he's like a really serious character. And I love Goofy, man. I love him. He's so fun. I really like playing Larxene. I'm really bummed that she's not going to be around for a long time. I fucking love Larxene. Maybe she shows up in Riku's story too. I don't know. But I do know she shows up way later. Anyway, leave in the comments anything I got wrong. It's important. People need to know. And if you want to listen to the entire book being read by me starting at Chain of Memories, it's on a podcast. Anyway, stick around, hang out, whatever. Do what you will. You don't owe me anything. I don't owe you anything. But I owe it to myself to finish this series because I said I would. Because I promised. And that's what I learned this week. Promises are important. So important that even if you lose all of your memories, you should still follow the promises that aren't even real. Even if someone implants a promise in your mind, you have to follow it, no matter what. I don't know why, but that's what Sora does. So I guess I'm gonna keep doing that. I guess I'll do that. This is my promise to you. I will try to finish this series. I'll try to read 1,000 pages and in a year make 12 videos that tell the entire rest of the plot of all of these stories and also find Riku evidence or evidence against it to eventually prove both to myself and hopefully to you whether or not this is real. Because I'm eternally on the fence. Every time I believe it and then I don't. And then I believe it and then I don't. And I don't know. I really don't anymore. I don't. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.